right, man, and out of left field, Topps is hitting us with Finest already. Let's take a look at some of the leaks that we have, some of the images that we have, and all of the information that we have. As of filming this, it hasn't even came out on pre-order yet, right? Like, as you can see, it is coming out a few days from now at 11 a.m. Eastern. And we got it, dude. Pure Chrome, pure fight, all Finest. Will we be able to pre-order this? Probably going to be insane like always. The last couple products, man, they have absolutely sold out like hotcakes. They've sold out so quick. So hopefully we can get in on that drop. Again, as of filming this, we have very little information. I'm going to talk about some of the information that we have right now and show, a lot of the leaked images that I was able to find and that people have sent me. Thank you for that. And also some of the images that Topps has sent us with this product. But again, we don't have very many details at all for this product. All right, so let's check this out, dude. And first off, I want to check out the base card before we start anything. We always start with the base card, right? And again, this is going to be the base card. And again, we have 300 card base set with common, uncommon, rare. So if you did not like that last year, too bad, dude. You're getting it again, so deal with it, right? Personally, didn't really like the huge base set with the common, uncommon, rare. Also, this is the design for the base card. It looks okay, man. This font right here is not super readable, but maybe in person it will look a little bit better. Now, I do have a couple images here, and we also have, look at the difference here. So these are the differences. Now, again, we don't know what is what, whether it's uncommon, common or rare, but these are the differences. So this is it. The only difference is going to be up here. Again, this was my big gripe with last year, man. Like they're so similar where it's like, to me, that's not like, why even have a 3-tiered set if it's going to be this similar? Very tough to determine what's what, and the rarity between all three wasn't even that insane to begin with. So personally, not super hyped about the 3-tiered base set. The design is okay. I mean, I'm sure this would look pretty good in person. But again, we have, static images of poses. And I know a lot of people didn't like that about last year, and we're getting it again. So deal with it. Topps says deal with it. If you're enjoying these videos, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, think about joining the B.A.T crew. All that stuff really helps, man. Keeps me motivated to keep churning out these videos. Thanks for watching. And now let's talk about some of the inserts in this product. And we are going to see some inserts that we saw last year, and we're also going to see some new inserts with this. First up, we will look at the finishers. So we saw this last year, right? We're going to see it again. And they love using this image of Holloway. I feel like I've seen this image in 3 or 4 cards already, and it's probably going to get reused quite a bit. It is a good image, but I'm not a huge fan when they continue to use the same image over and over again. And this is not just a Topps issue. This was a Panini issue. Many times they did the same thing, and it was an old school Topps issue as well. There are tons of cards, from 2015 Topps and beyond, where they recycled many images on many different cards. So this has been happening from basically the very beginning of UFC cards. This is not a new issue, and it's not just a Topps issue. But yeah, the design. This design could be interesting, when we have all of the shine and all of the refraction going on. This guy's loading. His power bar is loading here. He's at 70%. So Holloway's only 70% powered up to finish, when actually he should be at 100% finish, because this is after the fight's over. It would be kind of funny if these were each separate fighter was a different percentage. I will be looking at that. And that's the details that I find fun, and you probably find meaningless. And you're like, why are you still talking about this? Move on. So we will move on. But it says we do have SSPs in here. What they are, I don't know. Again, we have basically no details at this point. There is no glove die cut, which I thought was really fun from last year's Finest and was a good chase. We do have like 4 different new inserts. So let's see if we can hit any of those coming up. This is not a new insert. This is the Intimidators from last year. Basically the same design. Now we do have kind of like an interesting little circuitry, maybe like a circuit board going on in the background, which will probably look pretty good. Honestly, I enjoyed this design from last year, so I think this is going to be another good design from this year. You got Dricus Duplessis hyped up, and the font is a little bit different this year as well. You got Intimidators coming along right here, but basically a very similar design with the Intimidators. One of the new designs is the Showstopper right here. And again, they're going with like a circuit board background design here. You got, again, another pose photo, man. A lot of that was a big gripe with me with Finest last year. A lot of post photos. Now we do have some designs that look like they are going to be trying to capture moments. Moments are in the name, so I'm guessing they're going to be trying to capture like in cage moments with action shots. So hopefully we can at least get some of those with that. But yeah, here's the showstoppers again. We're loading. No percentage here, but we're loading. We're loading the show to be stopped, and we got the name here. Yeah, I don't know about this one, man. I think really the pink is what's throwing me off here. Now we will see they do have a Showstoppers auto, which we'll look at in a minute, which to me looks a lot better than this one. But again, posed action shot. Next up, we got the Monochrome, which I'm a big fan of monochrome color palettes. I think they're fun. I think they look good. We kind of got like a gray scale here. If you liked the negative refractors, you're probably gonna like this card too. And this could capture some cool moments with the black and white. That kind of changes the vibe a little bit whenever you're looking at photos in black and white. And again, we're going with like a heavy futuristic circuitry, mechanic type of theme in the background. Almost like robotic, right? With a lot of these different designs. So I think that's kind of an overarching theme, theme that we'll see throughout Finest in this product. We got an action shot. We got an action shot in here. Will all of these be action shots? I don't know, but at least that's something, that maybe we can look forward to. Also, this is a vertical design. Of all of these inserts, this one is one that I have my eye on because I just completed the 2025 Topps Chrome Split Decision set. Your boy's ready for a new set to collect, so we'll see. Maybe this will be the one. Is this the short print? Again, we know that they said we're going to have short prints in here. We don't know which one, so maybe one of these will be a short print. We got Golden Moments with Aspinall. And when I first saw this, I was like, did they put Aspinall blowing his knee out with blades on here? Because it kind of looks like he's grabbing his knee, right? To me, it looks like he's in pain. He's grabbing his knee. But I went back and looked. And this was after he knocked out Sergey Pavlovich. I don't know if y'all were watching that fight, but he did something weird. He did and then fell down and started crying. He was overwhelmed with emotion and joy. But it kind of looked like if you were illegally streaming and it cut out and then you saw him fall down like that, it might have looked like he lost, right? So this is not a defeated image. It is of him being happy. Kind of an interesting shot. I feel like they definitely could have either did a little bit before or a little bit after, and maybe it would have been a better photo to use. But this one's kind of interesting, man. It's going to have gold on the design, right? Which I'm always a fan of. And at least maybe we can get some action shots here. I like the depth here. I think this will shine pretty good in person as well. So we'll keep an eye on the golden moments. And this is like, what is it? The white, framed in white. There you go. I was going to say whiteout, but this is framed in white. And we just got, kind of looks like the base card from last year, a little bit bigger on, the side designs and a little bit more framed in, but very similar to just the octagon of Topps Finest from 2024. Now, I do enjoy clean cards, and I think this one is probably going to be pretty clean. And that, to me, could be, an interesting vibe. But again, if it's just going to be these posed shots, I don't know really how much, how different is this going to be from all of the other cards that we've gotten, with Finest, with Chrome, with all of these. We will see. But I do like the Twilights from Midnight because they're just black. And this could be interesting with how much white is in this design. Could be pretty clean. So we talked about the base cards. We talked about all the inserts that we've seen. Now let's check out these autos, man. We'll check out some autos and some fighter leaks and, get to see a little bit more detail on those. And first up, we have I think this is just the Finest auto. So this is one that we're going to be seeing a lot of, right? It is a leak. Luana Pinheiro, and we got the 50 on the parallel. So this is, okay, so we don't know what the parallel coloring is going to be, right? But I'm guessing it's going to be this gold little lines going horizontally through the design. I think that is going to be, and maybe even down here might also be gold. I'm going to guess that is going to be the parallel differentiation with this. And then you're just going to have a nice refraction all the way throughout. On-card autos, it looks like on-card autos on almost all of these. They have been kind of hitting us intermittently with sticker autos in some of these products, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of those also. But definitely not the worst design here. Again, we got posed photos, but kind of an interesting look on these. We got another one, and this is this the same design? Let's see. Looks slightly different. So we got Aaron Blanchfield, slightly different. This is again going to be the of 50, so this is the gold parallel, and Nothing to write home about on this. Again, man, we just get so many different autos in here. I think if you are collecting and you like to collect autos, really take your time and figure out what exactly you want with the autos, because we have a million to choose from, right? Definitely go lower on the parallel end. More rarity, more scarcity is going to be better long term if you're long term collecting on these fighters. But yeah, dude, I mean, we're getting swamped with the autos. Like, to me, these look basically the exact same design wise. So not super hyped about how similar those are, but I do think overall the design is, decent. It's decent. It's not great. And we got what I think is a Showstoppers design, and this is I think this says Showstoppers, but it is going to be X Fractor, right? So of now we don't really know what the parallels are going to be or anything. It looks like we are going to be getting like a checkerboard or an X Fractor, and we also have the Showstoppers auto. So to me, if I'm going to collect a Showstopper from one of my favorite fighters, probably going to lean towards the Showstoppers auto, which is going to be much more rare, I would imagine. And I gave y'all the grainiest image of all time in that last one from that leak, and now this is the one that Topps gave us. So to me, this looks much better than the earlier Showstoppers that we saw with Patty, right? Like a lot more contrast in the design with the blue and the green. I think they just go better than with the pink. We also have the auto space here, so slightly different. We got Jamal Hill. I'm interested to see kind of the checklist on this, because with the 300 fighter checklist, that base set is just so big. So hopefully we can get a checklist with some heavy hitters in some of these. And honestly, I like this auto design. I think this one is pretty solid. Of the auto designs, this is probably one of my favorites. And we got this one, and this is going to be the same as this one, I believe. So we got the Jones here. So this is honestly a better look of it, and a little more detail in what the image is actually going to look like. So when we see this one's a little bit more interesting. You got like the start of the letters on the border, and then you got kind of the shadowing on the inside. And then is that the right there, the finest? Or is that, I'm not sure what this is, because you got the E, you got the F. So it must be maybe it's the finest. Maybe that's the maybe that's the title of this card. But we got John Jones, we got the gold little flakes in the back, and man, it looks good, dude. Let me hit one of these 101 supers, man. Let me hit a super and finally hit a 101 out of a box with the belt. But again, kind of it's like okay. It's okay, it's not great. And now this one, okay. Finest moments. Where they got to give us moments, right? It's not just going to be moments back in the back of the freaking UFC doing glamour shots, right? So I think we are actually going to get some action shots with this. With that in mind, this is probably going to be the card that I would most be hyped to hit, besides a card that we're going to talk about later. This is definitely going to be up there. I also like this design. I like the triangular, kind of background that they're doing. They got the cage. They got kind of some crowds overlaid. They got some line work going on. You got the bordering. You got the very symmetrical design all together. I think this one could be cool, man. If they can actually give us some fun moments in the cage, in the fight, I think this could be one that I have my eye on, and that I hope and cross my fingers that I would hit. I don't love the picture that they chose of Topuria here, but at least we're getting some type of action shots, and it's not all glamour, right? It's not all glamour shots here. So I'm going to have my eye on these. And we are going to be getting the finest rookies back this year, and a lot going on. I like the coloring here, and I'm curious to see what they do with the specific parallel designs. Is it just going to be the background? Is it going to be the rookies coming off? Not the worst design, kind of crazy, not super readable. As far as like the big font in the back, but I do like the font that they chose for rookies. Horizontal design, but we'll see, who all they put in this rookie auto checklist, because at this point, man, you've got a lot of products coming out, and you've got a lot of rookie autos coming out. Again, maybe waiting till the last, product of the year and seeing all of the rookie autos and determining which one you actually want to have in your collection probably is the best bet, because modern day, from Panini on, we are getting a ton of rookie autos, and you have a lot of different design contrasts, a lot of different design choices. So maybe, that's the play, is to wait until everything comes out. You can pick your favorite one, and then you kind of go from there. But again, we got finest rookies coming out this year. And the big ones, dude, we got some big ones coming out. It is the Thoughts from the Boss. and it looks like they're going to be on card, which, you know, initially I was a little worried about some of these being sticker, but it does look like they're going to be on card. Again, that's what the Topps gave us. You know, this was a leak from Harrison, and people really liked these in the past, man. We got a bunch of leaks of these too. People really liked these in the past. We will see if they continue to like them in the future. Now, what I am excited about with these cards is we are getting fighters that did not have them in the past. So we got Potan, doesn't have one of these, so this is going to be his first thoughts from the boss. Again, we haven't even seen this design in a long time. So it is kind of coming back, and I think that this will be one of the bigger hits that you can get in these boxes. Maybe one of the biggest hits that you can get in the box. And you know, you got Kayla Harrison, definitely didn't have one of these in the past, so you can hit one of those. I'm hoping in the checklist they don't hit us with a ton of people that have already had the thoughts from the boss, because if they do, to me, another iteration of that is not necessary. I would rather just have the one that came out back in the day. So I'm hoping they do more modern fighters that have not ever had a thoughts from the boss card in this product. And again, the supers are looking good, man. Can we hit a 101 in any of the products from this year? The odds are against us, but maybe it will happen. What's up, dude? If you like UFC cards, you're probably gonna like my channel. So check out these videos over here and subscribe for more videos just like this.